Hey there, gorgeous gays! Version 2 here with Professor Layton, and Pandora's box today is the end. Probably. Our theory is that this should be the end. Our theory is that today should be the end of the game. Won't be our final episode, because we will have a bonus episode to do all the post-game stuff and all the extra puzzles and whatnot. But today should be the end of the story, based on our theories. Given that we're about to head to the giant mansion filled with vampires everywhere, I'm going to assume so. I'm going to assume that is probably, like, where the game would end. The story so far. Layton and Luke learn much about the Herzen family from the museum and a recovered miner's diary. This new information reveals several baffling facts. Driven to discover the truth about the Elysian Box and Folsense, the two set out for Herzen Castle. Speaking of Herzen Castle, this shot is so good. The Layton games so far have always had a very charming art style. Like seeing the people are so cartoonish in their proportions and designs and stuff like that. The towns and the buildings often look like you know, they're based on English stuff, but they're very clearly exaggerated forms like that. It always looks good. This shot of the castle though is so fucking cool. It is so badass. I'm realizing once again it's another similarity to Curious Village, where our big final thing that we're going towards is the big giant building that's been overwatching everything. In Curious Village, it's the weird fucked up building that just looks like several buildings stacked together. Which has its own charm of just what the fuck even is that building. But given that this is meant to be, you know, the lair of a vampire, how this is so the fact that it's in the middle of this giant quarry, all of this you can see dug out, and we know the lore reason for why it's on this little precipice thing in the middle here. All of the hanging torn stuff that's here, the fact that the trees coming in, they kind of look like claws and shit like that. It's very good. This bridge isn't gonna break, is it? I hope not. Hey Doodles, it's evil fucking castle time. It is time to enter the evil castle of the vampire. Professor, are you sure it's safe to cross this thing? It looks a bit rickety. Safe enough, I believe. Are you frightened, Luke? A little, yes. I mean, just look. If I fell, that'd be the end of me for sure. Now, Luke, it may seem scary, but if you stay calm and keep moving forward, you'll be just fine. There's no handrails, there's no guards, or anything. This is just two ropes with some fucking planks in them. Here, help me with this puzzle. It'll help take your mind off our little trip across the chasm. No, you should probably watch where you're fucking going while you're crossing the chasm. You should probably watch where you're going as opposed to do a puzzle while you're walking across a bridge. That if you fall off, you fucking die. We've hit number 100! A rickety bridge. Don't worry, Luke, it's just got several holes in the middle of the bridge. Luke and Professor Layton stand at one end of a rickety bridge. Afraid of falling into the chasm below, Luke's legs have become stiff with fear, and he can only walk across the bridge in increments of 1 or 3 planks at a time. What? The narrowness of the bridge prevents Luke from doubling back the way he came or switching the foot he's standing on before stepping forward. Use your stylus to create a path that guides Luke safely across the bridge, while avoiding any gaps in the planks. Luke is safe when he steps on the red footprint. Hey, when that happens to me. Oh, so he can take a giant leap, like 3 forward like this. Okay. Okay, he can just leap forward 3. Surely that would be more scary. Surely stepping forward that far would be scarier, right? Surely. Surely, right? Well, so is it just like I do this, and then like this, I guess? So now we need to leap across multiple here. This is scary. That's scary! Why do we not... I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one. This looks terrifying as shit. This looks terrifying as shit, Luke. This is terrifying. Oh, yes. Oh, there's a gap on that side. There's a gap on that side. Okay. Oh, okay. Just, Luke. Luke, you suck. Luke, you suck so bad. Damn it. Wait, so... I guess I need that foot to be there. So I need a foot here? So yeah, if you go here, it's like 1, 2, 3. No, so you can't. Okay, so you have to land here. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so we need to land. Yeah. No. Okay. I need to land here, which would be 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. So I need a left foot here. I need a left foot to be able to land on this side. Okay. No, I need a left foot here. Okay. Fuck, that's the same thing. Okay, restart. Start on a different foot to start with entirely. It might be that. There it is. I was on the wrong foot from the very beginning. That's what it was. I was on the wrong foot from the very start. There we go.
Gentleman leaves no puzzle unsolved.
There we go. That was some fancy footwork. The 9th step you chose, let's get Luke safely across the bridge. I mean, for me, it was like basically entirely based on the first step, but just go put your left foot in and then shake it all around. Well, I suppose I feel a little better, but this bridge still makes me nervous. You solved a puzzle about how you might fall to your death going across a rickety bridge. Now, Luke, walk across this rickety bridge. Layton, you're a terrible guardian sometimes. Jesus.
Jackpot!
Once again, game pulling out all the stops when it comes to incredible fucking shots. Jesus Christ, what an incredible shot of like seeing a abandoned town down in the fucking like quarry. Holy shit. Freaking awful shit. Goddamn. Herzen should have invested all of that legendary wealth into repairing this tatty bridge. Like, fucking hell. Wow, this place looks even scarier up close. Feeling nervous again, are you? Not on the slightest. Let's go, Professor. Ah, Parcel! Ah, somebody help me! What seems to be the problem, sir? There's a vampire in that castle. Thought I was a goner, but I managed to give him the slip. An actual vampire? Are you sure? I had to go around and check his fangs up close, sonny boy. I've got to get out of here. Ah! So what do you think about all this vampire business now, Professor? The rumor does seem to have spread throughout the population of Folsense. Why do you think maybe it could be, you know, more than a rumor? Mr. Parcel seemed fairly sure. That's what we're here to find out. Just a few more steps and we'll find out for ourselves. mean, the last place we were in was a town full of cyborgs. So, like, like, you can explain that in the realm of science, but does that really mean that vampires are too ridiculous for this? What? Fucking excuse me? The fuck do you mean sword fighting? An encounter at the end of the line. The fuck do you mean sword fighting?
Found one.
The fuck you mean? What? Probably the best not to look down. It would appear you have solved at least 80 puzzles. I commend your perseverance and proclaim you worthy of entrance to this castle.
Welcome.
Hello there. Hello there, Nigel.
Sorry to intrude, but we are investigating an important antique. This box we have here.
Voice acting, Pog, let's go.
The emblem on its lid seems connected to your house in some way. Would you have time to answer a few questions?
I think this matter would best be addressed by the master. Please, come inside.
We can definitely trust what's about to happen. Definitely can trust what's about to happen.
Wow, this place is really something else.
Indeed, Luke. This castle is extremely impressive.
Right this way, please.
Good evening. Welcome to my house. So,
Well, you
if
do
I
look the
understand
same
correctly,
age.
You're saying people fear the box because they believe it kills anyone who opens it. That's quite a story, isn't it?
It seems that the design on this box is connected to your family in some way. Can you tell me anything about this?
It's
Can
true
Layton
that it
characters
was a
be hot?
Herzen
It turns out
family
they can.
heirloom. Although I parted with it a number of years ago, the garish emblem you mentioned wasn't exactly, suited to my taste.
Personally, I think it's quite spectacular.
Oh, is that so? Well, chalk it up to my bad taste then.
You know, I don't think he's telling us the whole story.
Perhaps not. It's hard to say just yet.
I'm sorry I'm not much help, though I confess, visitors are always delightful. I'm sure you've had a long journey, so please do stay the night.
This is not in
Prepare
any
quarters
capacity
for
how
our
I was
guests,
expecting, like,
Nigel.
us arriving here to go.
Yes, right away, master.
Huh?
So he does indeed look the same age. It does indeed seem that he has not aged a bit since, like, the paintings that are back in the museum. Wow, it's the poshest room I've ever seen. The Military Express looks torture by comparison. It's a room befitting the wealthiest, most influential family of Folsense. I'm hard time believing this place is as gorgeous as this has a vampire lurking about it. Oh, you never know, Luke. Maybe Anton himself is a vampire, and you just haven't realized it yet. Anton? Doubt it. He seems like a perfectly nice chap to me. What about the fact that he's the same, like, looks the same as the photos, like the paintings? Wait a second, I thought you didn't believe in vampires. Are you pulling my leg, Professor? Still, now that you mention it, there is something strange going on here. Remember that picture we saw in the Herzen Museum? Anton was in it, wasn't he? The thing is, this was a photo. This photo was taken 50 years ago, but Anton doesn't look a day older. So it's been bothering you too, has it? I can't quite understand how it could be possible. Like, it's exactly the same. Like, it's the same. So how... Like, it's not like, oh, it's a kid. And they somehow look identical. I mean, it could be that, but... It's especially odd given that Mr. Beluga has clearly aged since the picture was taken. It would seem that both Anton and his castle warrant further examination. There's that famous Layton intuition acting up again. I suppose you could say that, though I'd hardly call it famous. Why don't we start our exploration of the castle with this room? Good idea! Let's get to it! I said other people playing level 5 games. Stop sending your bucket! So far for me, level 5 is mainly just Professor Layton. But I'm very much enjoying my time in Professor Layton. I'm very much enjoying my Professor Layton experience. Must click on everything. I say, look at this picture, Luke. Is that Folsense there? Another old picture. I think so. Oh no, the painting. This artist's inscription down here says that this painting is 50 years old. It looks more or less the same the Folsense we can see outside our window, though. What are you thinking, Professor? Oh, it's nothing. I was just pondering something. Sounds are bugging out today. Sounds are bugging out today. Maybe I should close this. Maybe I should close the other thing that I have open. No, never mind. Sounds are just bugging out today. Yoko, what? I was trying to think of other. Ow, my ankle. I was trying to think of other level 5 games. Yokai Watch. That's another big one that people talk about. Yes. I've done the Yokai Watch crossover in Final Fantasy XIV. That's the extent of my knowledge of Yokai Watch. That is a fascinating painting. Have you ever seen such a convincing illustration of a ball? From what I've seen in this castle, I'm certain the ball was extremely opulent. My, it's getting late. There's time for a quick puzzle and it's off to sleep, alright? Oh, this is continuing the story. The strange painting. That's Anton, and I assume that's the woman who ran away. The couple in this piece seems to be dancing high in the air, floating impossibly near the chandelier. But when viewed properly, there's nothing strange at all about the picture. If you look closely enough, one peculiar area of the painting hints at the reason this whole picture seems so odd. Find the peculiar area and circle it to learn the truth. So when there's nothing strange about the picture. If you look close enough to one peculiar area of the painting hints at the reason the whole picture seems odd. Looking at this, looking at my OBS, see if it's a bigger preview to do that. Fantasy Life, Inazuma 11. I know some people who fucking love Inazuma 11. They worked on some Dragon Quest. I had no idea. Ni no Kuni. Well, I've also heard of that one. There's a wow. I didn't realize level 5 had done so much. I didn't realize level 5 had done so much. Holy shit. I had no idea. I had no idea they were like that prevalent across so many different things. Inazuma 11 was one I also knew was them. But like Dragon Quest and Ni no Kuni, no, absolutely no clue. And Dark Cloud. I'm trying to think of Dark Cloud's thing that Densha talks about. Densha talks about some PS2 game called Dark something, I think. Might be Dark Cloud, I don't know. Looking at my OBS monitor, because the picture's bigger, for me at least, to see what's odd about it. Like there's they're standing here and there's a reflection here, right? And these look like other dancers possibly upside down, or like curtains that are upside down. I'm kind of thinking I'm just gonna... Dark Cloud's an old PS2 game. It might very be. It might very be the one that Densha talks about. I think it's that one. Town building, thunder cooler, breakable weapon system. That does sound like the one Densha talks about. Could possibly be that. I've got no idea for this one. I'm just gonna circle shit until it works. It was. Out of all the things I was thinking, it's just like they've got it like that. Something there is a reflection because I see them upside down there. Oh, they're there, yeah. Nice eye. The couple seem to be the only two people with a visible reflection on the floor. Seems that the scene in this painting isn't of the ball itself, but rather of its reflection on the ballroom floor. Perhaps the young couple out on the floor look so happy together that the painter didn't want to ruin their dance by staring straight at them. Well, that implies that he's not a vampire. This would imply that he's not a vampire because there's a reflection of Anton right there. This could imply not vampire. Really is a magnificent picture. Oh, what's this, Luke? Tell me, do these two look familiar to you? It looks like Anton. And is that Katya? Or am I eyes playing tricks on me? I must be tired. My assumption is that this is Katya's mother, the woman who ran away. And Katya might be Beluga's kid instead of Anton's kid. Or was pregnant at the time. No, because I was like 50, that was 50 years ago they left, and Katya's definitely younger than 50. Did you play the first game before this? Yes! I've done Curious Village, and now I'm on to this. Kind of my plan is I'm going through all of the Professor Layton games and, like, Ace Attorney games, side by side, so I can get to, the crossover, like, the crossover between the two and their franchises at the same time and play that. But I'm also just really enjoying my time through both of the series, as I do that. Strange painting. It's getting late, Luke. It's been quite a day for us, so perhaps it's time to turn in. Yeah, I could use some sleep. Good night, Professor. Okay, they're starting to get sleepy. They're starting to get sleepy. So, are the flowers around? Oh, we actually get like a flashback to it. Whoa, what?
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 Professor, is that Katya?
The resemblance is striking.
What are they doing together?
Fear not, my dear. They're just the main course for this evening. And my, don't they look fresh.
What?
The fuck is going on?
Oh, lovely. You're awake. It's been far too long since I've encountered prey so feisty.
What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is happening?
Anton! What sort of madness is this?
Yeah, my current guess is time-traveling vampire mice. My current guess so far is time-traveling vampire mice. So what? Okay, so are you a vampire? How do we get, like, teleported into that room? What the... What the fuck is going on?
I knew it! You are a vampire!
Well, if that's the case, it was rather foolish for you to venture here, wouldn't you say?
Jesus.
But I'm afraid it's too late now. I must begin preparations.
Something future, something spectre. Something future and something spectre are the next one. Also, I'm playing, like, the Australian/European version, so the names are also different compared to the American versions. So it's also, I don't even remember which, like, one mine is compared to others. What is
In the
going on?
meantime, why don't you just stay put and enjoy each other's company? After all, it'll be your last chance.
Did you hear that? Anton's gonna eat us for dinner! Luke, listen to me. Take a deep breath and collect yourself. But there's no cause for worry, my boy. Whoever tied these ropes was clearly no sailor. With it'll work, we better get free. Puzzle time! Don't worry, Luke. I've been many a shibari before. This is nothing for me to get out of. That is not Layton. A man sits bound by a long length of rope among several posts. While he has no hope of untying his bonds, he can still move his legs. A way to stand up and run away. His long trail of rope looks like it might catch on at least one of the posts. He needs to use his legs to pull up any post that the rope will get caught on before he can make a dash off. Touch these posts to mark them with an X. Okay. Luke, my boy, I will logic my way out of these ropes. Oh, this is... Oh, no. This is another one of those rope things. We had one of these earlier in the game. Which, once again, this is a way of this game going, hey, we're going to take puzzles that you've done earlier and we're going to expand upon them. But I was really bad at the rope puzzles that we did earlier. So what I can look at is, see this one here? That goes around this side and that goes there. So that's not going to get caught on this at all. This only goes around and here. It won't get caught on this one either. This one does go all the way around this way. And also this one here. So I would assume that one. Again, this one should be fine. This doesn't actually go around it. This one does have this going around it that way. So I would assume this one as well. This one looks like it could, but this is actually one rope this way. So this section just comes that way. And then this section here would like just... This section could still possibly get caught on it, I guess. Oh, no, because it goes this way, around there, and around here. So both sides are over here, so they just get pulled that way. So the question is, does this one need to come out? This one's, much harder for me to actually work that out. Because this goes... Okay. So I think on this side, this goes... Okay, this goes here, starting here, goes around there, and there, to there, around there, and goes that way, goes that way. I think that should be fun.
And now
guessing.
to test my theory.
Damn it! Damn it!
Well, I suppose that's one
Damn
possibility
it.
eliminated.
Damn it. I'll try again. I will try again. I'm just gonna guess that other one. I'm just gonna add this one on here and just try that. Because I don't think it's any of the others.
Consider this puzzle solved.
Damn it.
Well, I suppose that's one possibility eliminated.
Damn it. Again, we had one of these earlier in the game, and this is something that I can't do, because I think the main reason I can't do this is because I actually don't understand what, the condition is to know whether something gets caught on or not. It's like when they were tying it before. I think I actually I think, on a fundamental level, I don't know how ropes work in that capacity to actually know, what they do. Well, it's not even, again, I don't even think it's about visualizing. I think it's, I don't understand what will and won't do it. Like, on a fundamental, basic, baseline level, I don't think I understand what does and doesn't do shit with ropes. In terms of, like, if something is pulled, what will happen to the ropes. I think on a baseline, like, metric, I don't understand what it does. Because based on that last one, that, like, the first one, like, the one that we did way earlier in the game, I've gone over that multiple times. I don't understand what it means. Like, I don't understand what the answer is, and I can't visualize it or understand it. I just think on a baseline level, I don't understand how ropes interact like this when they're like moved around like this. Randomly remove some plank that you haven't, see if it solves it. I'm just gonna use hint coins. I'm just gonna have the game solve it for me. Best way here is to just look at how rope is wrapped around the post. Memo function, okay, not helpful. Manually needs to remove a single post. Okay. Okay, only a single post. In that case, I'm gonna guess that one.
Consider this puzzle solved.
Okay. Okay. That was the one I was the most confident on in terms of it very much had one wrapped around it very specifically. That one had, like, I could see this one had this section here going around it, absolutely. So I'm just like, if there's one, it has to be this one. Whereas for this one, I was just like, I don't know. And this one, I'm just like, this crosses over, so maybe it doesn't. Mark the area encircled by a rope, and suddenly this puzzle gets a lot easier. There's only one post that needs to be removed for the men to make his getaway. Okay. That's a, okay, if something, wait. What determines if it's encircled by rope or not? Mark the area encircled by rope and suddenly this puzzle gets a lot easier. What determines if an area is encircled by rope or not? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Like, why is this not... I mean, that's on the... Is it, like, encircled in rope as in you have to, like, work out what's on the inside? I guess you could do it that way. If you followed the rope and just be like, okay, this side's on the inside of the rope, and just follow the side that's consistently on the inside of the rope. No, because that side's on the inside of the rope. If you're going around this way, like, say, okay, this is the inside of the rope here. Follow it that way, that's all inside, that's all inside. And that's all covered. This is still inside down here, so that's covered. That's inside, inside. But then why isn't this... What about this part, though? What's the definition of encircled by rope here? Game, I need you to explain a little bit more to me. What counts as being encircled by rope and what doesn't? What counts as being encircled by rope? I don't like it when the game just does this and says, oh yeah, obviously it's this. And it like, if you're gonna like give me an explanation that actually explains. Because I don't understand that, I still don't understand. I'm looking at this explanation and I'm going, why do some parts count and other parts don't? And I just have no idea. And I just have to move on with my life and never knowing. The game's meant to teach me how to do puzzles, and then every now and then, not often, but every now and then, because gravity does not do a lot to clarify, I'm not gonna lie. That post is inside according to the rope to its left, but outside if you follow all the way along the rope on the outside, so it ends up still outside in the end. I'm just gonna say I'm too stupid to understand this and move on with my life. I'm just gonna say this is something I'll never understand because I'm dumb, and I'm just move on with my life. We're finally free, but there's no time to stand around. We must find a way out and quickly. This isn't a math puzzle in disguise. I'm better at math than other puzzles, though. This is the thing. Wow, look at the map of this place. Holy shit. I do hope there's an innocent explanation for that stain. I hope I never have to wear these. There are some rather dangerous items looking around here. Alright. Oh no, we're locked in! There's no place to run. Calm yourself, Luke. It's bound to be another way out of this room. Look around you. I can see the key! If only I could reach it. Here, let's see if I can reach it. Grab the key. Ah, sliding puzzle! God damn it. I swear to God, Curious Village ended with like 10 sliding puzzles in a row. I swear to God, if this game also ends with 10 sliding puzzles in a row. I swear to God. I swear to God. I swear to God, Pandora's box. The key to the door is sitting behind some blocks. Slide the key out towards Rose Santa so you can escape. You did the post-game puzzles? In the previous game I did, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I did post-game puzzles in the previous game. Fuck. How was Royal Escape or maybe Queen's Escape for you? I have no idea. I did the last game like 2 years ago. Long period of time where I wasn't able to stream, so like the last game was 2 years ago for me. Outside of certain ones that gave me PTSD, I'm not gonna remember puzzles in the previous game, sorry. Last true puzzle of the game, sliding puzzle with 81 minimum moves. Oh, in that case, I would have looked up a guide. If it was 81 moves for it, I would have looked up a guide. I got to the point at the end of the game where I just looked up a guide because I didn't want to do sliding puzzles anymore. There's a non-zero chance I end up doing the exact same thing here. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. The odds are that I do. There are decent odds that I do the exact same thing here. I do think, though, whoever keeps insisting on putting sliding puzzles into these games is a violent criminal who needs to spend the rest of their life in prison. I do think that, though. I do think that, though. Oh. I'm just locking in really hard. I'm just locking in really hard. I'm just so locked in right now. I'm just doing a really good job of locking in. Get it? Because it's a key. Get it? Because it's a key. It's a key, get it? Funny, haha. I'm just so locked in right now. I'm just so locked in right now. Oh man, I did it. I'm so good.
To test my theory.
I'm so good at video games.
A true gentleman leaves no puzzle unsolved.
I'm just so locked in. The next time I see a slide puzzle, someone dies. The next time I see a slide puzzle in this video game, someone at level 5 dies. Stop putting them in the game. They're a stupid puzzle. Knock it off. I don't respect you for doing it. There we are. The door is unlocked now. Freedom is ours, Luke. That's also a diary key. No, shit, we didn't get out of the room. We just got a diary key. I just got a diary key. We're gonna do post-game puzzles for this, true? It'll be a different stream. It won't be today. Because it'll be long enough today just to finish this. In order to deal with the swine who's sneaking a Folsense by night to, what was that last one? Oh yeah, you're just reminiscing on how that did that, and then your dad passed. And now, yeah, you're just waiting to town, yeah. In order to deal with the swine who's sneaking a Folsense by night like rats to steal our gold, I decided to quite literally play the parts of a monster. Though I focused on this, at times my thoughts turned to that gilded box and the letter inside. I now suspect that neither made it to her. Oh, my dear Sophia, just to hear from you is all I desire. So you're playing the part of a monster to keep people away from the gold. But also, the box is just meant to have a letter inside. The box is just meant to have a letter inside. The box was just a box he sent to her to have a letter inside. There was nothing else in the box. It was just for a letter. Professor, if we want to get out of here, we should probably head up, don't you think? Professor Layton in the delayed package. Okay. Oh, that's where we just were. This door won't budge. But I don't see any kind of lock on it. Good point. This door must be controlled by some sort of device positioned elsewhere. Let's head down from here and see what else is around. Ah, now I go down. I've never seen such an immense boiler before. The boiler? This must be the castle's main power source. For some reason, though, it is not currently in use. And what do you make of these other contraptions? They're also gigantic. Well, I had to venture a guess. I'd say this equipment was used to mine gold in the area. So the same equipment used to create that large hole in the castle's flooring. So that's why this place is so draughty. Oh, look at that bizarre smoke coming out of the hole. Don't get too close to it, Professor. I bet breathing it is probably terrible for you. Oh, Dr. Sharp must have been an expert at using that machinery. Why is there... Is it still smoking? Did they, like, set fire to it down there? What the fuck? One misplaced scrape with a shovel could have sent this whole foundation crashing down. Not to be rude, but I think we really have time to admire the miner's handiwork. Oh, yes, quite right, my boy. I believe we can open the door above us so we get this boiler up and running again. Plan on playing the World of Steam when it releases? Well, I gotta catch up first. I gotta catch up first. I'm very insistent on doing everything in order. I won't skip entries just to do the new thing. It's why I'm currently playing Pandora's box over anything else. Which valves do you need to open the send steam from the boiler into 2, but not 1 or 3? All the valves start in the closed position. Answer using the solution that requires opening the fewest number of valves. Touch a valve to open or close it. Okay. Okay, so they're all starting closed. Yeah, they're all closed. Okay, so we want to get to here, right? Let's do let's do a bit of a memo. So I assume if we turn this on, it turns on all 3 of them, is the idea. So we want to go this way. That was already closed, so if we go this way... Oh, okay, so they're both... Well, where would this go? This would require 1, 2, 3. That would require 3 opens that way. And if we went this way, 1... That would require only opening 2, but would steam go anywhere else? Because it would go then to here. Like going this way, it'd be fine. No, that'd also go to 1 actually. No, actually, that would also go to 1. If steam came out from here, it would also go to 1 this way. Wait, yeah, because we go there, here, and then that would go to 1. And there's actually no other way to lock that off, so never mind. Because I don't think there is. Not from here. Yeah, this intersection is the only thing that goes to 1, so you have to make sure this intersection doesn't get opened. Which, going that other way that I said, doesn't do that intersection at all. And the other way that I go here, like going this way, this is all a singular path. Like, there's no other, that doesn't go anywhere else. I'm just gonna go with that. I was gonna go with that.
Here goes.
There we go. Simple. Simple! My first guess is having to be it. There we go. Simple enough. Simple enough. All done. You only need to open valves. 3 valves and direct steam to 2 and not 3 or 1. Good work, my boy. Now upward and outward. I don't see any other way out of here. Steam power. Camera! What is it the sound glitches today? That has not been a thing before today. By the look of it, this boiler's been out of commission for quite some time. Oh, that's also part of the boiler. Our last photo. That's our last photo. Photo minigame indeed almost done as well. So I know we have to escape the castle, but let's quickly play a game of Spot the Difference. No idea what could be causing that. I thought it's because I had a different program open. I closed that and it's still doing that, so I think it's just having issues. I have less like things open in like Google Chrome and shit like now. Ah, well that's an easy one. There we go. The very first thing that I look at is the lever and it's in a different position. There we go. Simple enough. Simple enough. There we go. So there's one very easy and quickly done. What else we got? How do you choose sound when playing on emulators? So probably that. We're having some sound issues when with Luigi's Mansion as well, way back, like a year ago. Okay, I gotta start. I'm just like scanning around, see if anything stands out. It's not the way to actually go about these. The way to go about these is to look at areas individually and just be like, okay, so let's look at the light. Let's go from the light. So you've got like a long, then two little ones there, which looks to be normal. It goes along to the roof. There's a big patch there with those patches there. This beam connects over, has an archway with a little dot there, which goes down into these panels. This has a triangle here. These two sections go along here. That goes over that way. This is brown square here. This goes over with these notches here. There's two lines over that one. There's this pipe that has like these sections. This has two little things in there. That has a little wire running down into the abyss. It's got a little dot there next to that one. It's got a little dot next to there. That runs along there. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, 7 because I counted that one. I think. Oh, dent in the railing! Dent in the railing! There's a dent in the railing here. There we go.
That was almost too easy.
The railing's dented. There we go. There's a dent in the railing there. That goes over and goes down to there. That continues on here. This pipe goes into there, goes into this screen, which has a little divot there, and a little goes over to there, which goes to this little part with a little disc over there. That has that tray there. There's some boxes over here. That's it onto that. There's a brick that's standing out more here, but I think that's off the screen, not an actual difference. This goes around there. Those marks are there. Those two are here. That curves around there. We've got this circle with these two dots here. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections there. 1, 2, 3. Is that more sections? One on that side of the pipe, one on that side of the pipe, one as it curves, one it goes there. No, it's fine. I just think it is. It's a little 2-section divided to the pipe that goes up to the top there. You got this water wheel, whatever it is. That has 3 spokes up there. It's got 2 spokes down here. It's got this little brick sticking out here. It's got this elevator, like railway walk thing, which goes up to there. Has a light there, which goes to this boiler, which goes in here. Okay. What about the roof over here? Did I check the roof over here? So that section with that line over there. That one goes there. That's in front of those two things, which goes over that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think that's the same. Oh, and that goes to that goes there. That goes. That's there. Bottle of water over here. I can't tell if that's a graphical thing or if that's different. No, okay.
Oh, my. This one is quite formidable.
There is a difference there, but it's one of those things where I don't know. Like, there is a difference here. It's probably hard to tell on your screen, but, like, there are, like, where I'm pointing here, there's, like, a couple extra gray pixels in this water. Like, there's a line of, like, 3 gray pixels here that go, like, in a right angle, like, right there. That don't exist on this one. But that's one of those things where I can't actually tell if that's an actual difference or if that's like a sizing rescaling has slightly altered it kind of thing. Is it this? Ah, it's this! This extends over a little bit more. That railing goes over one more to the panel. There it is. There it is.
Just leave it to me.
There it is. That railing has one extra pole to it
easy.
and extends over a little further. Ta-da! Ta-da! Oh, hey, Sammy! Oh, hey, Sammy! Musician's house has been added to Layton's challenges. There it is. There we go. I didn't even solve the puzzle here yet. I just did that. Okay, down here. Okay. There we go. There we go. Is that all of our that's all of our major side activities done at this point? Well, for the base game at the very least. A hidden puzzle. For the base game, that's all of our major side activities done. We finished the tea, we finished the diary, we finished the puzzles, and we finished the hamster. The frog's path. A frog sits perched on the white space in a diagram below. This little guy has an unusual jump. His first jump travels 1 space, and his second jump travels 2 spaces. After his third jump travels 3 spaces. He's Mario. After his third jump, he repeats his pattern. He's very much Mario. Frog can't change his directions with jump, but he can turn around between jumps. Frog's goals land exactly on the green space. What is the fewest number of jumps he needs to make to complete this task? Shit. Shit, okay. The fewest number? I don't just have to do it like it's a night thing? Oh, that sucks. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. 1 minute. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Ah, that sucks. But then you go 1, bonk, 2, 3. Oh shit. Okay. Because if you go 1, then it'll be 2, and you can't jump there. Shit. Okay. But if you go 1, then that'd be 2. Let me throw it. No. 1. Because you could do this. You could go 1, then back 2, and then go 1, 2, 3. Then you go 1 and 2. So if we go that way, there might be a shorter way of doing it based on how you do this here. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13. I'm going to guess 14, and if it's not, then it's going to be lower probably. My current guess is 14.
Consider this puzzle solved.
Damn it.
Well, I suppose that's one possibility eliminated.
Dang. So let's work it reverse then. Let's say it's here. So we go backwards. So 1, 2, so 3. And it has to go this way. 2. So one of these has to be 1. Like, so if that's 1, you land here on 3. Wait, no. Go back 3. 1, 2, 3. Go back 2, 1, 2. Go back 1. Oh, no, that wouldn't work here because you'd go back 1 and you'd just end up here. Which then to even land there. I guess you could land... If you do... Fuck. Go back 3, then 2, then 1. And 1, 2, 3. Back 2. Back 1. One, 2, 3. No. 1, 2, 1. Working backwards is hard. But say he lands there on 3, right? Like, that's the third jump. So he goes 1, 2, 3. So the jump before that's a 2, which can only go this way. And then the one, like, if the 1 goes from here, it says he could land that, like, on this, jumping 3. Like, you start there, you go 1, and then 2, and then 3. Which means to land here, you do a 3, which is 1, 2, 3. Then you go 2. And then you go a 1. And that's 1, 2, 3. But what if... Okay, and back 2. What about back 1 here? Then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1. There we go. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12! There we go. 12! 12. 12, there it is.
And now to test my theory.
There we go.
And there
Always
we have
work
it.
backwards on those things. Always work backwards. It's easier. As I do it, showing the diagram, we make the frog jump back the way he came twice. He can make the green square in 12 hops. Which was 10, so the failed entry was correct. Camera done! Let's go! Camera done! We did it! We're awesome at everything. Oh, that just looks down again. Why is it smoke down there? Luke was saying be careful of the smoke coming out. Why is it? Are they still actively mining? I thought they were done. That's what I call a frog hop rhythm dance. Spin it, boys. Spin it, boys. I must click on everything. I must click on everything. There we go. Oh, is this taken from the mine? I thought it was going to be a brick that we pull out for secrets. Goat head. Goat head. Goat head on the floor. This hatch is shot tight too. This hatch serves as the only passage out of here. We'll need to open it to escape. The magic lock. Well, look, it probably wasn't taken from his bedroom. Seeing that the lock here is some sort of magic square. In order to solve a position, the remaining numbers are each string of 4 vertical, horizontal, and diagonal numbers add up to the same total. Solve the magic square to open the hatch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I was about to say, let's do some math so we can work out the we can work out the horizontals and diagonals. We already actually know one of them because it's already told to us. Here. It's 17. 17 is half. Which 34, that checks out because that's like 10, 15, 21, 28. Wait. 10, 15, 21, 21, 28, 36, 30. My brain's exploding. This is, I'm adding this up wrong. I can't even add this. This is 18. This is 18. This is 18. This is 18, which is half of 36. Which, yes, 28, 36. 18. 18. Alright, well, fortunately, we've already been given one that already has 3 in there. Which is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 15. What was the diagonal again? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 18. 18. We're adding up to 18. We're adding up to 18. Okay. Add up to 18. 13. 14, 15. 3. That's 18. Okay, now we do this. Which is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There we go. Okay, we now have that. Do we have any others that have 3 in them? Yes, we do. We got one down here. Okay, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 6. There we go. Okay, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Cool. Ooh, now we're in an interesting situation here where we got 2 doubles. So we're gonna have to work this out. What do they need? Well, you have 5, so you still need 13. These 2 numbers add up to 13. And then you have 6 plus 4 is 10, 7 plus 1 is that, and then I'm just gonna assume the others are correct.
Consider this puzzle solved.
Yay! There we go.
And there we have it.
There we go. That up to 18 when placed in the correct positions. Now, onward to freedom. Look, the hatch is open. Follow me. Frog head. Goat head. Squagic. I did it. Oh! Oh, but there's not a single wrinkle on the tablecloth. Can I just go past you? Oh. Where does this go then? Wait, really? I can just ignore the guy! Professor, I think I see how we can get out of here. I'll search the rest of the castle on the verge of revealing what killed Dr. Schrader. We'll search this place thoroughly before we make our escape. Let's see what else is here. Professor, I don't know if that's such a good idea. Look, listen to me. We can't turn back and run. Not now. We're so close to uncovering the truth about Folsense and the Asian books. We must press on. I'm just a butler. I don't get paid enough for this shit. Dickhead bypassed. The fact that I actually just wandered past him. And I was just like, alright, bye. And I now have to go back there, obviously. Oh! Hi. Take care you don't slip, Luke. The floor is polished to an almost blinding shine. Why, you're right, it's like a mirror. Who do you think does all this polishing? That would be me, sir. Eric is the butler! Yes, it most certainly is. I don't mean to be presumptuous, but what are you two doing up at this hour? If you're having trouble falling asleep, I suggest a good strong puzzle to clear and relax the mind. You're not gonna try to stop us or anything? Stop you? Young sir, I have the focused notion what you're talking about. Now, where was I? Ah, yes, that puzzle. This hall has been fitted with a hidden door, but to my chagrin, I've forgotten where. However, I do recall an old saying the servants used in days past to remember the location of the door. I will now relate to you that saying, and your task, dear guest, will be to work out the door's location. It's weird that I don't have to, like, solve this to go through that door. Unless this is a different door. What the fuck am I even looking at? Begin from the doors, etched in the decor. A path will appear, strong and quite clear. Made of stairs that flare, each within its own square. The words are said to point the way to the door. Highlight where you think the door is. Clearly here. Okay. Begin from the doors, etched in decor. A path will appear, quite strong and clear. Made of stars that flare, each within its own square. Oh, I see. So just, okay. If a star's in its own square, you go bup, 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 bup. Bup, 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 bup. Ah, okay. Okay, bonk.
Consider this puzzle solved.
Hey! There we go.
And there we have it.
There we are. The stairs, squares with stars contained neatly inside them form an arrow that points directly to the hidden door. There we go. Masterfully solved, sirs. Now that you've had that little nightcap, might I suggest returning to your quarters? These old halls can get quite drafty in the dead of night. I'll keep that in mind. Good night to you. Yes, and to you, too. Do you have any more puzzles for me? The exit is directly behind you, dear guests. The exit, this way? You don't, wait, you're just telling us how to leave. You're not just telling us how to leave. Okay, through the hidden door. No, that was through the van. That was through the van. Hi, Katya, by the way. Oh, I do believe that's Katya. Oh. What are you two doing here? I gotta ask you the same thing. It's dangerous here. There's a vampire living in this castle, you know. Anton, you said vampire. He's just... I'm quite puzzled, Katya. What do you know about this man? It's not for me to say. Besides, right now you must focus all your efforts on escaping. If you linger here, the madness will grip you before long. Madness? I'm afraid I don't understand. Please be honest with us. What's happening here? Very well. I'll explain everything, but first we must get as far from this castle as possible. Quickly!
I know the way out. Follow me.
How are you related to this entire situation? Are you?
The madness!
There's no time. You've got to get out of here.
The madness!
This won't do. People are trying to sleep, you know. Is it you? It can't be. Oh, how I've waited. It's been so unbearably long.
Professor, do you know what he's talking about?
Not in the slightest.
Come closer, my dear sweet Sophia.
That's
I've
not
missed you
Sophia.
so. What's this? Very well then. Is this how it is? I didn't see this coming, Layton. Not at all.
I'm not sure I understand.
This is your fault, but you can't have my Sophia. You're going to be very sorry you crossed me.
He thought I stole his girl! This girl is probably your girl's daughter.
It's here. Take whichever one you like. Know this, though. Only one of them is real. A true warrior always keeps his blade in hand.
What the fuck is going on? And why is it so awesome? A true warrior always keeps his blade in hand. So if you fail this, Layton just fucking dies. I love this sequence so much. I mean, like, I respect the hell out of this game for being like, hey, we're gonna do something completely different than last time. You're not gonna have like a town of cyborgs. You're not gonna have a like Ferris wheel chase you. You're gonna have a fucking sword fight. Is Anton's last words to Professor Layton before they start their duel. Can you find the real sword among Anton's collection? Yes. Is it that one? Because it's a blade by the knight's hands. All of the ones on display are fake as shit.
And now to test my theory.
Is it the one that's in the soldier's hand?
Wonderful.
Is it the one that's in the soldier's hand? Anton's words were a subtle hint that all the swords in the wall were for show. The only real sword is the one sitting in the hand of the suit of armor! Clever, clever, clever. Big important story one, so it's just like not a typical puzzle. It's a clever word thing. Go, Layton, go!
I think you had it in you, Mr. Layton.
Go, Layton, go! Yeah! Layton's going for it, holy shit! Oh, the hat! The hat came up for a second!
Layton!
Sophia belongs to me. You can't have her. Ah!
Holy shit!
Look out!
Something strange is happening. I just need to catch my breath.
No more. Please, just stop.
What's happened to me?
Are you all right?
Please just stop, Grandfather. Your body can't take it.
I guess a grandfather.
What did you say? I don't understand. Sophia, dear.
You haven't figured it out, have you? You really don't know. Then I guess it's up to me to tell you the truth. I'm your granddaughter, Anton.
Yeah, so it's not just Sophia's kid, it's Sophia's, like, fucking grandchild.
Don't be ridiculous. Look at me. I'm too young to be anyone's grandfather.
So you don't think you're a vampire that doesn't age?
But what you see around you isn't real. It's just an illusion created by your own mind. Your youth is part of that illusion. The truth is, well,
Is the town an illusion? Like how we first got here and shit didn't seem good, and then all of a sudden it was lively and bustling, with like lights and everything.
Allow me, please.
Layton's worked it out.
The gold mine built by your father, the late Duke Herzen, brought this town much growth and prosperity. But something terrible slept deep within that rich gold deposit.
Is it that you don't just get sick from the gold and the other shit that's in there? It like makes you fucking hallucinate? Is that the evil smoke coming out of it?
Unbeknownst to the miners, they hit a vein of hallucinogenic gas while digging for gold. The gas made those who breathed it extremely susceptible to mental suggestion of all types.
So they saw photos of what Folsense was always like, was originally like. So the moment they see Folsense, everyone just imagines it as what everyone says that it is, which is what it was like in its heyday. That's why half of the town's dilapidated to shit. That's why half of the town is falling the fuck apart. Because the whole town is actually falling the fuck apart. The shit ain't fucking real. It's actually just, everything's falling. So this dude's not a vampire. He's actually just old. He's actually just old as shit. And the moment some people say there's a vampire, everyone just goes, well, of course there's a vampire. Because everyone just like their minds just immediately go, oh yeah, vampire, must be a vampire. Because someone said it was vampire.
Tales of the nightmarish visions seen in Folsense then spread, as did the town's sinister reputation.
That's the madness. So what about the box that kills you? What about the box that kills you though? You know, the reason we're here.
In truth, neither the Folsense we see before us nor its residents really exist. This is all a creation of our minds.
Surely some of the people exist. Would you be able to guess this on your own without this being told? I mean, the idea that like what we're seeing of the town doesn't make sense. It was more so I knew that the town, like, I had a pretty strong suspicion that the town, like, wasn't what it was. I had a pretty, like, there's enough hints in this game that, like, again, the big thing that it, like, made me think of is just, like, why does the town feel like it's locked in time? Why does the town, in so many ways, feel like it's locked in the past? Why is there so much evidence that what we're seeing of the town is how it existed in the past? There's constant photos of the town looking the way that it does, but they're super old photos. There's the fact that half of the town is falling apart, but then other parts of it look super majestic. Everything about how, like, when we first arrived here felt like that as well. And yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. I'm now realizing that one of the fucking Dark Pictures anthology games fucking steals this concept for one of their games. Of a bunch of gold that makes you hallucinate shit. Like there's a game, a series of games, it's like an episodic game, Dark Pictures Anthology. It's made by the people who made like Until Dawn, The Quarry, stuff like that. Literally one of those games is here is gold that makes you hallucinate. They stole that from this. The fucking Manchurian golds came from Layton all this time. I think one of the future games makes fun of this twist. I mean, like, I don't think, like, this isn't as, I don't think this is a bad twist. I don't think this is a bad twist. Just because there is so much, like, there's so much that hints in so much capacity to so many fucked up things happening in Folsense that the idea that it all just... I wonder if there's any real precedent for goldmine striking hallucinogens. Again, I can think of 2 different video games where here's a bunch of haunted gold that causes hallucinations. So it feels like it. Yeah, I don't think this is like... I think this works in a none of it was real the whole time. I think the twist works here because there's so many red herrings for so many different possible explanations. I mean, carbon monoxide. Honestly, carbon monoxide I don't think carbon monoxide in of itself is a hallucinogen, but it's more so carbon monoxide can make you hallucinate by just sheer oxygen deprivation. So there is that. There is that. Yeah. The fact that this game sets up so many possibilities of what the fuck is wrong with this town, that the answer is everyone's imagining it, I think does kind of work.
How did you work it all out, Professor?
The images of Folsense we saw are 50 years old, yet they show a town identical to the Folsense of today.
Well, again, so it's well foreshadowed, but plenty of red herrings on the way to deflect your assumptions. Well, I think because this is a sequel, I think that's part of the point. The twist for the first game of the entire town is cyborgs is so absurd a leap from what the rest of Curious Village is that it really stands out. Like, you go from the first game where the twist is something so ridiculous and above everything else that I feel like this game deliberately leans into that. This game deliberately is trying to make you think the twist is something massive and major and possibly supernatural, because the game has already, with the power of suggestion, because of the previous game, made you think, oh, of course the twist is going to be some gigantic thing. Oh, of course the twist is going to be some extreme level of escalation compared to the rest of the game, like the way the previous game was. The power of suggestion of what the previous game was like tricks you into thinking the twist in this game is going to be gigantic and possibly way more over the top than the previous game. You, the player, do this. You, the like, that's a joke I've been making this entire time. I've been making jokes this entire time about what absurd plot twist is this game. Is it everyone secretly are mice inside of a mouse house? Is it secretly there are actually vampires? Are we secretly in a time bubble that can't move forward in time? Because I played the previous game, I fell into the power of suggestion by thinking this game would obviously also have something over the top. No. No. No, I'm falling for the same shit the way everyone else in Folsense is. It's very meta in that sense. I think it works because of that. If this was the first game in a series, it would suck, right? If this was the first game, if the first game had a twist like this, it would suck. Because then it would make you think nothing is real, right? But because this is explicitly the second game, like, and again, that's the thing we've noticed with the puzzles in this game. The puzzles in this game are well more balanced around assuming that you've done the rest of the game. This game has a very good progression of its puzzles later in the game explicitly are designed around the assumption that you likely have knowledge from earlier puzzles to either build on that knowledge or to deliberately twist it. To deliberately go, hey, here's a puzzle from before, you now think you know what this is. Like, we've had a number of puzzles like that. Here's a puzzle from before, You think you know how this puzzle works now, because you've done this before. So we're going to introduce a puzzle later on. Some of them deliberately build on your knowledge and escalate it and just be like, here's a more complicated version of that. And there are other ones that are just, we know that you think you know the answer because of this, so we're going to deliberately invert it here to see if you can work that out. That's what they're doing for the twist for the first game and its sequel. This game really plays with assumptions and past knowledge in a really fun way, and this twist leans perfectly into that. It is literally a town of people who can't move on from the past themselves. Like, because of what's happening to the town, the people of the town themselves are over-reliant on their past knowledge and are stuck in it.
No town can remain unchanged for 50 long years.
Not one like this, especially.
The photos we saw in the train station formed our impression of the Folsense we'd see.
Power of suggestion, it's why you imagined it to be the same as the photos.
The Folsense of 50 years ago.
Enough of this madness. Folsense is real. I'm real.
None of it's real, Grandfather. This town is just a thin shadow, an illusion born of greed. You and Sophia, everything you know changed 50 years ago.
Katya, Sophia, and Anton's granddaughter. Oh, so it is, okay, yes, yeah, so Sophia left while pregnant, yeah. We also do know that, yeah. Katya said, I'll learn from Folsense to solve a 50-year-old misunderstanding. Hey! The dilapidated station. The hallucinogenic gas present in Folsense's air caused Layton and the others to imagine the station as a gleaming edifice displayed in the many photographs lining the walls of the building. Okay, but what about the box, though? What about the box, though? You know, the whole reason we're here.
But you and I are betrothed. How can you just leave me here? I won't have it.
This whole town is cursed. If we remain here, all those dear to me will die.
Am I not dear to you, Sophia? Stay with me, and we'll rebuild Folsense together.
I'm sorry, Anton, but there's someone else I love who needs me even more than you.
Her child. Her child.
Is that the real reason you want to go? Because there's someone else?
Anton didn't realize it's because she was pregnant. She's holding her stomach there. Her hands are here.
I trusted Sophia, and she left me for
her hands are on her stomach when she says that. It's because she was pregnant.
You've got it all wrong, Grandfather. She never betrayed you.
What?
What?
The other she was talking about was the little life growing inside her. The life you two created together.
No. That can't be.
You have the mic set up for this legit DS. No.
I'm sorry, Anton, but there's someone else I love who needs me even more than you.
I never knew. Sophia was...
That's right. Grandmother was carrying my mother, and she left Folsense to keep her safe. She kept the baby a secret to avoid causing you more pain.
I don't think that plan worked.
I've been so wrong.
Grandmother passed away last year, but she was always talking about you, even toward the end. She never stopped loving you.
This is just tragic and sad. Anton invented the whole vampire story to scare off those who would try to loot the Herzen fortune. He did this by whisking away all who came too close to the castle and setting them free to run away once properly scared.
Sophia is dead? No, it can't be.
I've had enough of your lies!
Oh,
Grandfather, no! Please stop!
oh.
Uh-oh. Fucking uh-oh!
We must leave now.
The whole place is starting to crumble!
Come with me.
What's this? What's happening?
Come on, Grandfather, we have to get out of here!
Be careful.
Fucking uh-oh! The incredibly unstable castle is now being sent into the mines. But it's gonna block up the hole. It blocks up the hole. So now the gas stops spreading. Oh no.
It seems I've found the answers I was searching for. Here, allow me to return this to you.
That's why it's called that. Because you have a false sense of what the town is. That's why that's what its name is. Here's your box, sir.
Thank you.
So, the box wasn't cursed after all.
Well, no. The guy's still dead. Our friend is still dead. Did someone just kill him?
No, Luke. There's no curse to be found here.
But what about the fact that our friend is still dead? That just means someone murdered him.
But if I were to guess, I suspect you'd find traces of that gas in the ore used to make this box. The same fumes that drove the town to ruin were released upon each person who opened the box. Those who opened the box expected death, and in doing so, fulfilled their own grim predictions.
Because the power of suggestion was that strong? The power of suggestion was so strong that opening the box made the people die because they expected it to happen. That it probably, like, gave them a heart attack or something, or like they imagined something in the box was the thing that killed them.
I suppose it was just an ordinary box then.
So does that mean when Luke opened it earlier in the game and he was fine, that he was okay because he was just built different and just didn't believe it would kill him, so therefore it didn't?
Oh, I assure you, it's far from ordinary.
Oh,
This
Anton.
box was crafted to hold the words of my heart.
Oh, this is so tragic for Anton. This is so tragic for this poor guy. Dude's just lost like 50 years of his life not even realizing he's been aging this whole time. Jesus.
What do you mean?
The box contains a hidden message, one meant only for Sophia. Many years ago,
I asked a traveler passing through town to deliver it to her. Unfortunately, the box's value made it a target for those hungry for wealth. And so it was stolen again and again, thus perpetuating the whole chain of sad events.
But we checked the box. It was as empty as could be.
Ah, well that's because there's actually a second way to open it. The sun rises when you and I meet, and when the wind blows, you will know my heart. These old words are the key to understanding this box and what it means. Do you follow, boy?
I think so.
One last
Let me give it a
puzzle.
shot.
One last
The
puzzle.
sun rises when you and I meet, and when the wind blows, you will know my heart.
One last puzzle. Open the Elysian box for real. So it's up to you to find a way to open the box and solve the final puzzle of our story. So do I have... Okay. Ah, okay. There we are. Oh, when the wind blows. When the wind blows. The little figures on the title screen. So how do I do a... How do I do a microphone on a... on an emulator? Your emulator should have a keybind option to trigger blow into microphone, I believe. Okay. Okay. We go into the settings of our total... Well, to be fair, I tried to play this on my totally legitimate DS. It just wasn't working. Config. Control config. I don't have a microphone in my controller configuration. I don't have where in the settings is that? Microphone settings. Use connected physical microphone. These modes require the use of a mic hotkey. I have a connected physical microphone. No. How do I choose which microphone it connects? Folks, remain closed because we lost the technology to blow into things decades ago. I took out. How do I... Does anyone know how to choose which microphone is set up for Decime? Firmware settings? No. You can also have audio file to blow instead. I don't know how to get it to do that, though. Well, there's a lot of settings on this thing. There's a lot of settings, and none of them are activate microphone. If you choose internal noise sample, you can set a mic button in hotkey. Okay. Internal noise sample. Use microphone samples. Oh, wait a minute, 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 wait a minute. Wait a minute, though. Wait a minute, though. What if... What if... Give me a second. This is worth the bit. What if... I have an idea. I have an idea. Okay, I haven't... This is worth it, don't worry. This is worth it, don't worry. You'll see how worth this bit is. Eventually. This should be worth it. This is so stupid. This is so fucking stupid. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Okay. We should be good. Hopefully this will work. No! No! No, what? Ah! Oh, come on! 8-bit PCM mono Wi-Fi. Okay, what the fuck is that? 8-bit mono first. Okay, there we go. How do I... Okay, does this convert to this? Okay. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this other option will work. This is worth it. Shut up. This is worth it. Don't worry about it. This bit is worth it. This bit is worth it. Don't worry about it. Okay. How about this one? How will this one work? Oh my god, it worked. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think it worked. Okay, control config. I still don't... Where is microphone? I don't have a microphone setting. I don't... Where's... I don't have a microphone setting. I don't have a button for it. Oh, it's okay, sorry, hotkey. Sorry, hotkey config, sorry. Hotkey config, sorry. Sorry, hotkey config, sorry. I'm looking at control. Okay. Okay, microphone, okay, microphone, next sample. M. Okay, will this work? Will it work? It didn't play. Oh, that just selects it. That doesn't actually... Okay, I gotta press M to actually... Okay, I gotta press M to, like... Okay. Okay. Pressing M is what will do the microphone. Okay. The game's gone very quiet. Why is the game so quiet now? Okay, why is the game audio so quiet now all of a sudden? Huh. Okay, for some reason setting up a... Oh, the volume turns down when... Okay, yeah, when it's being prepped for to blow the sun in. Okay, yeah. That's why. Okay, yeah. That makes sense, yeah. Okay. Okay. How do you do the hotkey? I have the microphone hotkey set up. It's not doing anything. How do you do the hotkey? I have the hotkey set to a button and I'm pressing the button. It's not doing anything. I don't even care if the sound doesn't work at this point. I just can't get it to actually do the thing that I want it to. Like, it's not doing anything. It's not doing anything. Maybe try using sound voice 7. I'm not sure if I actually placed the noise you selected anyways. It may not. It may not. Microphone setting. Okay, internal noise sample. Oh, okay. Okay, now it's doing it. Oh! Oh! Why we're doing something, the noise you choose isn't being registered by the game as blowing. Oh! Oh! I wanted to try and get the game to play a vine boom sound. I was gonna try and get the game to play a vine boom as it opened it up. But I guess that doesn't work. Okay then. Okay, then we're just gonna do it this way then. Then we're just gonna do it this way then. So we can at least relive the more authentic experience. Did it!
Here goes!
Oh god! Oh god, it's loud!
Layton's apprentice strikes again!
Oh, it's so loud! Oh, it's so loud. We did it! We did it! We did it! Let's go! Blame my capture card for breaking. And it, like, breaking really badly. Oh, now ears bleeding? I hope so. I hope so. We did it! There we go. What was the message that Anton left to his sweetheart all those years ago? The time has come to find out. The Elysian box.
I did it!
Yay! The letter inside.
What's the matter?
This isn't the letter I wrote. This is Sophia's handwriting.
We did a bit of time. Remember how to blow. Oh, she wrote a letter back. She wrote a letter back and tried to get the box back to him.
The box must have made it to her after all.
Ah.
My dear Anton, are you well? I received your letter. Though I'd like nothing more than to see you again, I'm afraid I no longer have the strength to do so. You don't know how many times I've thought about you over the years. I often wonder if you hate me for what I did. Do you? When I decided to leave, I was carrying our child. I couldn't bear exposing that tiny life to such danger. I knew your father's position and understood you didn't have the option to leave with me.
Yeah.
Even though I did the only thing I could, I'll always regret leaving you that way. But there's one bright spot in this sad story, and that is our lovely granddaughter, Katya. My departure all those years ago has given you the chance to meet.
Not my actual daughter, but my granddaughter. My actual daughter, she's whatever. But my granddaughter.
Katya's mother died shortly after she was born.
Oh.
But Katya grew up strong and sweet, just the same.
Oh, well, now I feel like a dick. Now I feel like a dick. So she, oh fuck, I mean, like, she left Folsense for her daughter's safety. And her daughter survived long enough to have a kid, and then still died. Jesus.
She reminds me of you every time she smiles. With her around, I could never forget about you, even if I wanted to. You've been in my thoughts since the day we parted. And now, though my time here is drawing to a close, I like to think we'll meet again on the other side. The thought of seeing your face warms my heart. Be well and be happy, my dear Anton. Goodbye. But just for now, you're Sophia.
This is so fucking tragic. Jesus.
Oh, Sophia. I finally understand now.
Turns out the Elysian box was crafted 50 years ago to carry a letter from Anton to his love Sophia. A gas present in the material used to make the box causes hallucinations in those who open it. These visions are how the rumors of a curse began.
Grandfather.
Grandfather? Yes, that's right.
Something about the box, how fucking
It has a
heartbreaking
nice
this one
ring to it. I am so happy we met, my dear granddaughter.
You don't know how much this means to me.
It's been so long, so very long, in fact, that I had forgotten what love even felt like. Instead, my love for Sophia was replaced by anger, and that anger completely blinded me. But now I can see the world clearly again, thanks to you, my granddaughter. Are you listening, Sophia? I'll have to put off returning to your side for a while. There's someone I need to get to know here first. Will you forgive me for making you wait just a little longer, my dear?
Wherever she is, I'm sure she's very happy for us.
Fucking hell. Jesus. Game decided it was gonna have an ending that had fucking hands. My god.
Goodbye!
And that was the tale of the Elysian box, a relic reputed to carry a curse so terrifying that it became known as Pandora's box. But when all was said and done, the nickname Pandora's box couldn't have been more inappropriate. The box was revealed for what it truly was. A vessel created to carry the love of two kindred spirits through all of time.
While terror brought the box its notoriety, in the end, its most powerful message was one of love.
Aww. Aww. Hey. I was not expecting the end of this game to have so much fucking hands. Oh, Jesus. Very much not how I was expecting the end of the game to go in terms of, like, the emotional aspect of it. Like, the twist of the town... Like, I wasn't expecting the twist of the town to be, like, hallucination gash making people susceptible to suggestion or anything. But I was expecting, like, the town not being what it is and it being some capacity fake. That I was expecting. But the ending having, like, being such a tragic story between Anton and Sophia... Like... Fuck. Fuck. Jesus. My God. Ah, fucking hell. So is he dead? Is this dude dead? Did Schrader actually die? Or is Schrader fine? Oh, we got Flora back! We actually got Flora back! We remembered to get her! We remembered to get Flora back. Assume every question I have is rhetorical unless explicitly stated otherwise. This is the general assumption for me. There's the cows! It drops down again. Yay. Oh, Jesus. So she still... So, no, she does exist. So the cabaret girl does exist. Again, I assume some people still live in Folsense. I assume Folsense is not a town of literally no one. I assume there are some people still in Folsense. No, there is! Fucking Christ, unfollow. The kid! That kid that runs around a lot. Remember that kid, how he's like, I love running around so much. Running around is so much fun. And he was talking about, like, these days I get so much more tired. I just don't understand why. Because he's like Anton. He thinks he's still a child. A lot of the people in the town do still exist. But some of them are definitely way older than what they actually are. Some of them might have moved there more recently. So they're not as old, or maybe they're like kids of some of the people who did stay there. But some of them seem to be, like, that kid is probably one of the original residents. Hey! The brothers got to meet again! The brothers got to meet again! Aww. Aww. Sammy's singing. Yeah, because, like, the kid talks about how he's, like, always tired these days. Like, it's like, I love running around, but I feel way more tired than usual. Like, I imagine the people in Folsense are a mix of kids of the people who are originally from there and have just grown up their entire lives there. Some of them are original residents who are now way older. Sergeant Dev! And I imagine some of them are people who have come in since. Like, a handful of people who have shown up since. There's Flora with the cows. This game is very good. This game is very good. in most ways, this game is a very notable step up compared to the previous entry. Luke, don't put on the Flora face. I think there's at least one person involved sent to the right lit areas that comments, this place is really run down, or something to that effect. That would be someone who never saw the photos. That would be someone who never saw the photos. Because the first things... Shitloads of miners. Shitloads of miners there. Yeah, because it's based on power of suggestion. What you think Folsense is what it becomes. So because, like, Layton and crew arrived by the proper train network, they saw the photos first, so they saw it like that. Oh, the butler was older too, in that.
Come look at this article, you two.
Huh? Miracle rescue saves beloved.
Hey!
So, the doctor's alive.
He didn't die! Let's go!
Oh, but that might conflict with the symposium you've scheduled in London tomorrow.
Well then, I'll simply have to cancel.
Huh?
After all, Luke, one must always show gratitude to one's teachers. That's what a gentleman does.
So it turns out, if you just think you won't die, you won't die. The end. Yeah, this game is a very noticeable step up to Curious Village in many ways. In many ways. I don't think it's like every single aspect of it is better. Again, I have my biggest complaint about this game. Is the complaint that I made for a lot of this game. It feels like you run around Folsense too much. It feels like too much of this game is spent just running around the town repeatedly. A lot more than I ever felt like that in Curious Village. And the team minigame is... It's more so the team minigame because of the running around aspect and the randomness aspect of it just, like, exasperates the problem of running around the town a lot. But, like, really, that's, like, the only thing I would say is, like, a knockdown compared to the previous game. This game's puzzle structure is substantially better than the previous game. This game's structure of its puzzles is significantly better than the previous game. This game does a much, much, much better job of feeling like the puzzles scale with you as you progress through the game, but also that the puzzles are explicitly built on the foundation of the rest of the game. It makes the puzzle-solving experience feel a lot more cohesive, as opposed to, like, Curious Village, in a lot of ways, feels like a lot of random disconnected puzzles. In a lot of ways, Curious Village feels a lot more like, here's a story, here's a town to explore, there are puzzles that you do in it, and those puzzles are just a grab bag of a shitload of different types of different puzzles. This game feels a lot more like the game is building up your knowledge of puzzles and building up your experience with puzzles and deliberately building on top of that as the experience goes on. It makes solving the puzzles feel a lot more fluid to go from one end of the game to the other. It doesn't feel anywhere near as much like, oh, I've now learned how to solve this puzzle, I now know how to solve this puzzle. A lot of puzzles you solve, that knowledge comes in handy later on. So the structure overall is just much, much better in that regard. I would say it definitely feels easier. It definitely feels easier, puzzle-wise, but I don't know how much of that easierness is just because of the fact that Curious Villages focuses so much on types of puzzles that I'm personally bad at, ergo slide puzzles. And I don't know how much of that is because this game builds on prior knowledge of puzzles that you just get better at these types of puzzles rather than being thrown into the deep end of a really hard puzzle you've got no experience with, like happens a bit more frequently in Curious Village. Or whether it is just straight up overall easier and they were just like, maybe Curious Village pushed the puzzle difficulty too hard let's focus on a experience that feels connected with all the puzzles, as opposed to Curious Village, which felt like a wide swath of just random puzzles that happened to be in there. So the overall puzzle structure is significantly better in this game. It feels much more considered. Maybe a little bit of both in the end. It probably is that. Realistically, the answer is it's probably a bit of both. There's a lot of moments in puzzles in this game that are just really satisfying because of how the game is aware that you likely have knowledge from prior examples to then do fun stuff with the puzzles. The fucking garlic puzzle is an all-timer. The garlic puzzle is an absolute all-fucking-timer. One of the best... I've not even played the rest of the franchise. I'm saying it now. The garlic puzzle is one of the best puzzles in this franchise. It is an all-timer. I'm going to remember that shit forever. And the garlic puzzle is also one that is explicitly built on your prior knowledge of those puzzles. You have solved multiple puzzles that are like that in the past, so the game has enough confidence in you. The game has enough confidence in you to realize that the puzzle, by normal metrics, is impossible. You mean the one you put the guy's nose? Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely that one. I love the garlic puzzle, top 10 Layton puzzles without a doubt. The thing, like, and that's what I mean about, like, the structure of the puzzles allowing them to do much better things with their puzzles in this game. Because if the garlic puzzle was standalone, if the garlic puzzle had no other similar types of that puzzle present in the game, then the bit falls flat entirely. If it was the first time you had done a puzzle in that specific game of solve the pipe things, of see which, like, going through the pipes and going through the maze of pathways, what leads to the end. If it was the first time you did a puzzle like that in the game, and that was the answer, the entire bit falls flat. The entire bit falls flat because then it feels like the game pulling a gotcha on you. It feels like the game going, ha ha, we tricked you, it's this. Whereas, because this game has several puzzles that are like that before it, it feels way more like the game is going, we've given you these types of puzzles. You know how these puzzles work. You know confidently now that this puzzle is impossible by the normal constraints of what the puzzle is. So because we're confident you have the knowledge to realize that this is actually impossible, we are trusting you to realize that there is something more going on than what meets the eye. And realistically, that, like, again, it's one of those things where I think the twist of this game works because of the meta aspect of it. Being that this is, like, this being both a game that builds upon your knowledge and expects you to take things that you saw earlier and apply that knowledge later. You could almost say that some of the puzzles later rely on the power of suggestion by having previous puzzles that work like that. But also because this game is a sequel to a game that had an absolutely batshit insane twist that was awesome. Because the twist of Curious Village is so fucking absurd. That's not derogatory. I love Curious Village for its absurd twist. The fact that you go through Curious Village and it seems just like normal, like, countryside London in, like, a recent time period with cars, and that's about it. The fact that you go through Curious Village and it's so much just, this town is weird, but whatever, to, oh, by the way, the entire town is robots, is such an absurd escalation that it's just like, that stands out just because of the sheer audacity of, oh my fucking god, this is so ridiculous, I love it. But the fact that the twist in this, like, I can understand, like, the viewpoint of going, oh, the twist in this game is that it was all a dream. I can understand that, like, on a surface level, this game can come across as having a twist of, 'twas all but a dream. None of it was real. I can understand that on a surface level, but I think it's deeper than that. I think like, here's my thing, right? Here's my thing about why I think it's deliberate. About why I think the twist is so, not necessarily anticlimactic, but the twist is so what you expected ended up not being real, is because in the previous game, there was no hints that the town was cyborgs until near the very end of the game. You got very close to the end of the previous game before realizing that there was even any, like, foreshadowing to the town being cyborgs. Outside of, like, certain, like, behavioral aspects, right? But in terms of, like, seeing the machinery that, like, they're built from. That stuff that doesn't, like, show up until very late into Curious Village. This game constantly bombards you with supernatural possible twists. Literally, the premise of the game from the outset is that. The game goes, you know that the twists in this series can be fucking absurd because of what the previous game is. So we are going to front load you with possibilities of this game taking that concept even further and going even more absurd with what is real in this universe. The game's literal premise when you open the fucking box is that when someone opens this box, it kills them. The immediate thing that the game hits you with is that there is a supernatural box that kills people. You go to the town of Dropstone on this fancy train, and it's just like, it seems like this town just magically appeared out of thin air super recently. You go through a tunnel, and your train magically takes you to this other mystical, fantastical station where, oh, look at this town that seems to be trapped in time. Oh my god, there's a vampire in the castle. The game is constant. The game is consistently trying to be like, hey, there's some supernatural shit going afoot. Maybe it's fucking satanic. The emblem of the Herzens is a fucking goat. Like, that clearly is just like, is this box a satanistic ritual? It's got like this evil goat head on it. The game is, from the literal opening, and consistently throughout the game, trying to make you think that this is a supernatural story. The game is constantly front-loading you before you've come to realize things that, hey, there's some supernatural shit going afoot. It's what happens with Layton and Luke when they arrived at the station. Before they saw the town of Folsense, they saw the photos of what it was like. So the power of suggestion made them think that's what the town was like. And that's what the game is doing to the player. Before you even, like, before you do anything with the box, you are told this is a box that when you open it, it kills you. You are told about a vampire well and truly before you see anything to do with a vampire in the town. Like, the first time that you hear the words vampire come out of someone's mouth is before you've seen the evil spooky castle and, like, heard about people disappearing from the town. Everything about the town is immediately just like the characters just going, something's weird with this town. It doesn't seem to make sense. How does it exist like this? The game's doing to you what the game does to Layton and Luke. The game is front-loading you with the power of suggestion to make you think that what is going on is way more supernatural and way more sinister than the reality. So I think the twist, like, I understand why people would at a first glance say, this is the equivalent of, it was all a dream, none of it was real, ergo, why did any of it matter? I understand that being, like, the gut reaction, but I think if you look at it in terms of what the twist is trying to do to the player, and what the twist is trying to make the player feel throughout the experience of the story, I think it really works. I think it really works because of that. Because it's designed to put players into a situation that is meant to mimic the situation the characters in the game are feeling. As in, they are assuming something because they were told it, and are not just, like, calming down to focus on the reality of what's at hand. And there's enough foreshadowing that that's what's going on with the town, that, like, you know, it hasn't been going on the entire time. It's just not real. Like, it's not... The town is here, but it's dilapidated. And it's just like, you see parts of the town that are falling the fuck apart. You hear stories of the town that, like, it has been 50 years, but just everything stayed the same. Because of that aspect, I think the twist works fantastically. I think the twist is fantastic. I think the twist is really good in that regard. It has an element of also lining up with Anton. In a lot of ways, the town being locked the way that it is a metaphor with Anton specifically. Anton let his presumptions of what was happening with Sophia cloud his judgment. Anton didn't trust the woman that he loved enough to actually, like, stick by him, and didn't trust her enough that she was doing what she did because it was the right thing. That he ended up being clouded by anger. He ended up being clouded by, like, resentment towards Sophia for abandoning him. He let his presumptions cloud his judgment, and that is a metaphor of the town itself. It is not until someone forces his hands to realize that what he assumed was wrong that the town can heal and have the castle crash down and block up the gas that's coming out that's making everyone hallucinate. And to some extent, I do think that is meant to be a metaphor that, like, also, again, applies to the player. If you're going into a mystery story with presumptions of how you think it's going to work because, well, you've done this before, then you're going to be misguided. You're going to go down paths that are wrong. You're going to not be able to see the truth for what it is because you're letting those presumptions, because I know how this goes, get to you. I think that's a lot more than just it was all a dream. I legitimately think that they are trying to do something and are trying to do a specific bit with the twist being the reveal what it is. Because also, it's not as simple as it was all a dream. Because the time, like, Anton didn't just, Anton lost time. Anton lost 50 years with the woman that he loves. Anton lost the woman that he loves. She died. Anton lost his daughter. Anton never got to see his daughter. His daughter died, and Anton never got to see her. Like, it is not as simple as none of it was real, so therefore it didn't matter. It had consequences. It had very tragic consequences for Anton. Anton, because of it, lost a lot. And it is only now because of Katya's actions that he can finally regain some of that back and get to know at least Katya before his time is up. And I think that's really cool. I think that's really cool. I think that's awesome. I think the game is trying to say something with this. I think the game is trying to make a point and trying to, like, be a bit meta in that regard with this type of twist and how it works. I don't think it's an arse pull. I don't think, like, because I'm just trying to cut off people who I know who are gonna say it. I don't think it's an arse pull. I don't think it's a cop out. I don't think it's any of that, because I think it's considered enough that it's just like, no, this was a specific decision that they made and a specific choice that they made because they had things that they wanted to do with it. And they wanted feelings to elicit on the player because of it, and they wanted to, like say a message and have, like, ideas behind why they did it that way. So I think the twist is fantastic. I think that's great. I might say the reveal's a bit too easy. I might say the reveal of the twist is a little too easy. I think that might be, like, a reasonable assumption in terms of just, like, you get to the castle, Luke imagines Anton as an actual vampire because power of suggestion, and as you're trying to break out, because Anton's letting you because he just wants to put fear into people to not steal their golds, Katya shows up and tells you everything. But you do get a badass sword fight out of it, though. So there is that. But also, it's not totally dissimilar to, like, how the reveal is in Curious Village. And I don't know how you could do this twist with what it is in a way that, like, doesn't happen as quickly. But overall, I'm really happy with it. This game's very good. This game is very good and a notable step up from Curious Village in nearly every aspect. The main aspects that I don't think it's a step up for is just mainly traversal of the town is a bit more padded out compared to Saint Mystere. And I like the concept of the team minigame. It's just combined with the running around the town. The team minigame good. Layton game's good. It's amazing how, like, I said this after the first Layton game, and I still, like, this isn't, like, me praising this game is not to say that Curious Village is now retroactively shit, right? Curious Village is still absolutely fantastic in a lot of ways. I just think this game's a step up. But I like Curious Village before it. When, like, coming into Layton as a game series, I expected it to just be, oh, here's a bunch of puzzles. Like, I didn't know what the Layton games were. I didn't know what they were about, but I knew they were puzzle games. So I came into these games just going, I'm expecting a bunch of puzzles, and I'm expecting some form of loose idea of what you're going through to just, like, present you with a shitload of puzzles. And instead what I get is genuinely interesting worlds, very interesting characters, and really interesting overall mysteries that end up having, like, a lot of really nice and cool and awesome moments that are a vessel to feed you into a shitload of puzzles. Like, there is that element of Layton games so far where it's just, like, the contrast between, like, non-puzzle gameplay and actual puzzle gameplay is so... They give very little effort to try and actually tie those together. And, like, even when they do tie them together in terms of, like, oh, here's a story reason for a puzzle. The puzzle you're trying to solve is very much related to the story. They're, like, gameplay-wise, it is still very much... Here is your exploring the town and talking to people gameplay. Here is a hard cut puzzle transition. You are now in the puzzle dimension solving a puzzle. There is that element of, should the puzzles be woven into the narrative more elegantly? Should the puzzles not show up as, like, numbered entries that you are trying to solve and, like, have a very distinct look to them that it's their own thing? Should it be like you're going through a world and naturally solving puzzles that exist within that world, instead of it being super gamified the way that it is, where it's just, here is a puzzle, number, puzzle, solve, same layout and screen, everything like that. And honestly, I think it's one of those things where that comes down to personal taste. I know a lot of people would prefer it if the puzzles were woven into the gameplay world and narrative a lot more. I know a lot of people would prefer it that way. But honestly, I think it's one of those things where it's like, if you're playing Layton games, you need to expect that that's how they work. And you also need to be the kind of person who's down for that. Like, embrace the silliness of this is why you're doing these puzzles. And just have fun with the puzzles. The puzzles put you into a thinky mindset of trying to, like, work out solutions for the puzzles. And then the stories are mysteries where you're trying to solve the overall mystery. That's all you need. That's all you need to, like, make the fact that they're very gamified, distinct differences to each other. Like, immersion, schmimmersion. Like, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I don't think it's one of those things where I could be like, it would be objectively better if they tied the puzzles into the narrative and the world's better, instead of making it super delineated between one and the other. I don't think it's that. I would not argue that for a second. Primarily because I'd argue if you did that, there'd be a lot less puzzles and a lot less variety of puzzles. And I think if you're playing a Layton game, part of what you want is a lot of puzzles and a good variety of puzzles. And that's a lot easier to do when the game says, fuck it, here's a puzzle. I think when the game says, fuck it, here's a puzzle, you're now in the puzzle world, solve a puzzle, worry about the story once you're done. I think that allows for a lot more varieties in what you get for the puzzles, and because the games are at their heart mystery games, it doesn't clash for me. It's the type of thing where it's like, I know some people might bounce off because of it, but honestly, I think it's fine. I don't think it's fine. I don't think it would be a strict improvement to do it the other way. I think it would just be a different way of doing it that would have its own positives and negatives. That's a giant clock. Is this the Back to the Future one? Is the next game the Back to the Future one? Because that looks like a giant clock where one of the games is called Ghost or something, and one of them's called, like, Future. The next one might be the Future one with this. See you on Future, like a year or so. Well, before we get to the next Layton game, we've got to beat Killer 7, we've got to beat Ace Attorney 3, and we have to beat Metal Gear Solid 2. So it'd be a bit before we get to this. We hope you enjoyed Professor Layton and Pandora's Box. Though you've reached the end of the story, the fun is just beginning. We see you managed to solve 136 puzzles while playing the game. An almost perfect performance. Shit, I missed one or two. Story mode of this game contains a total of... I missed 2 puzzles. I mean, I did some with Granny, but fuck, I missed like 2 puzzles at the end of the game. Shit. You haven't solved all of them already. Try to find and complete them all. Check the bonus section where you can unlock more content by fulfilling certain criteria. If you unlock enough stuff, you might even find some new and challenging puzzles. Great time playing through the rest of Professor Layton and Pandora's Box. The Sweetheart's House. Aww. Since you come to the end of the story, your game will now be saved. When you do this game, you'll resume playing inside Herzen Castle just before fighting Anton. From there, you're free to return to town and hunt after any items and puzzles you may have missed. We will do that next time. Might be a short episode, but... Hey, Gold Layton face. We will not have enough time today to do all of the extra shit. The fact that this up here... The fact that this top screen here is like of the final fucking puzzle. This is literally of the final puzzle. Jesus Christ. Professor Layton, the Golden Gentleman. So, yes. I will end it there. We will have one more episode. Final puzzle has been on your title screen the entire damn time. I love that. It's literally just fucking sitting there. It's literally just sitting there. That is the Pandora box right there. That is the Elysium box. I will end it there. There'll be one more stream. There will be one more stream. Hopefully only one. Hopefully it won't take several streams to do it. We will do one more stream to clean up all of the extra puzzles, go into all the bonus modes. Layton game's good enough and there's that much post-game content that we're going to do this for every single one of them. Where we will go into the post-game and thoroughly do all the stuff that's there. We did that for Curious Village. We will be doing that for Pandora's Box. But for that is the end of the story of Pandora's Box. Thank you all so much for watching. I have had a lovely time with this. I am curious where the trilogy wraps up with the next game. Assuming it's a trilogy. I don't know if this is like 2 trilogies or whether it's like just a number of entries. I don't know. Because sometimes games where, like, they'll be like, oh, there's several entries in the franchise, but, like, this is a trilogy, and that's a trilogy, and that's a trilogy. I don't know if that is how it works for Layton. Because I believe that is how it works for, Ace Attorney. I believe Ace Attorney, the first 3 games are, like, a specific trilogy, and the next 3 games are also a specific trilogy. I believe that's how they work. And I'm just thinking maybe that is how it works for Layton, because we stopped at 6, and we're waiting so long for the 7th. So maybe Layton is also like, here's a trilogy and here's another like dedicated trilogy. I don't know. But thank you all so much for watching. I will see you the next time with more puzzles because we're still got a post game for this. So until then, this is version 2, signing out.